Hello, human body systems. So today, um, in order so that I can catch up, or my 11th and 10th grade human body systems courses can be on the same page, and I'm not going to get confused about where we are. I am giving you this assignment that would be a subplan. And these will, if you are, if you see this, it generally means there is a subplan and that it's a subplan and that it's, I'm probably going to be gone. So attendance during with a subplan will be taken in a discussion, and you just comment here and you're done. Because I won't be having a conference, I won't be here. So before you freak out, these are primary research articles. Don't freak out. Do not freak out. I'm not making you write an essay. I'm not making you write a summary. This is teaching you how to analyze, analyze the paper, what you don't know about the paper, what you do know about the paper, and how to formulate questions that need to be answered about what you don't know about the paper. So we'll just get into the assignment in a little bit, but I wanted to show you basically the format of these papers. Now, for these subplan papers, I wanted to start off small. This paper is it says it's 8 pages long, but one of those pages is a cover page, and one of those pages is completely dedicated to sources. And so I don't want you to read all of it. You don't need to read all of it, okay? I would like you to read the abstract, or the summary. They're both the same thing. Okay, and I would like you, it's not labeled introduction, but this is the introduction to the paper right here until you get to methods. So you would read until you get to methods, all right? Read that, and then you go down to the discussion, all right? Ignore the table, not important. The discussion and conclusions, okay? And it's not that long. It can be dense and it can be intimidating, and I don't expect you to understand all of it, but the assignment is going to help you start thinking like that. And the reason I'm not making you read the materials and methods is because that part is really confusing. So if you don't know what type of statistical tests they're using, you just over your head. But I'm going to mention that it might be useful in answering some of the questions on this assignment. So this is the assignment. It's just one page. It's pretty dang easy, okay? So find 5 words in the paper that you haven't seen or don't know the definition of and define them. In this particular paper, sometimes in papers you can find keywords. Oh my goodness, keywords right there. You can define those. What are they? Or just words in the introduction or the conclusion and discussion that you don't recognize. Those would be really good too. So 5 of those questions, define them. Include Greek or Latin origins of the word. So what you do for that is, you can go to Merriam-Webster and find the definition, but you want to, I'll just pick a word that somebody else used. you want to type your vocabulary word in and then type etymology. Okay, and it will give you basically the where it came from and what it meant. So, for example, this is what we say now, influenza, but it had Italian roots and Latin roots. So its Latin roots were influentia, um, which meant influence, right? So that's how you would say it. So like let's just say we're going to write influenza. Here's the definition. And then after the definition, Latin origin and meaning. And we said it was influencia. I think that was how I spelled it, which means influential. Right? That's how I want you to do that. All right. If like I want you to go back as far as you can. Usually that you're grounded in Latin or Greek, any kind of science type words. But sometimes we run into, English takes words from German and French and, you know, uh, some other cultures. So if it's not Latin, then you just put, like, just say, like, it might be Korean origin or meaning. Just change it to Korean. And then, so I want you to describe 3 things in the paper that you understood. Okay, it can be simple as this paper was about heart attacks, but you can go deeper than that. You could say the study subject of this paper was law, um, or like this is what they found out, or it can be simple. It doesn't have to be like profound. Um, and then write 5 questions that you have about the subject matter and it cannot be related to vocabulary terms or phrases. So what I mean by this is that you cannot be like, what does this word mean? Okay, no, that's like, that would be just, that's what you would put in the vocabulary section. You would say maybe something like, this is where the materials and methods comes in handy, because it's like the specific tests they run. You can be like, what is this test? How is this test run? What does it do? What does it tell me? Or like, why is this paper, like, why is what they're studying important? I mean, there's just like a billion questions that you can ask. So don't worry about understanding the whole paper. This is just to get you to practice seeing a primary source for the first or second time. I hope you may have seen one before, but if this is the first one, then hey, you're going to be reading more of these in college. So I would get used to it. And this is an advanced course, so I feel like you guys should have some advanced material, but I'm not expecting you to know what the whole paper's about, know all of the words, know what the results of what they found. I mean, like, And I understand that it's very dense and it's very boring, but I'm not asking you to write an essay. You're welcome. I'm not asking you to write a summary. You're welcome. I'm just asking you to think critically about the paper, what you understand and what you don't understand, and highlight and learn how to highlight vocabulary uh, that you don't know, because that's one of the first steps you do when you read a primary source. So, with that said, um, I wish you luck, and um, you know, this is more or less like a completion assignment. As long as you do everything as instructed, you're good. There's not really any right or wrong answers. This is just how you do it. Like just completing it. All right. So with that, I'm gonna bounce.